What is up, CBI? Trip 6 here with another episode of the Film Trip. I want to thank you guys for watching. A couple announcements in this week's show, so let's get right into it. First off, the headline, and I'm so excited. They're finally remaking my favorite film of all time, Scarface. Little is known about this movie so far, except for the director has walked away from the film, which makes it the third director to have walked away, which doesn't bode well for the film. The cast includes Leonardo DiCaprio, but they just cast their Tony Montana character, and that's Diego Luna of Star Wars Rogue One. This time around, Tony Montana will be Mexican instead of Cuban, and it's also being moved from Miami to Los Angeles. That's about all that's known about the film thus far, but I will keep you guys posted as I'm extremely excited about this particular film. Moving on, Marvel announced that it was going to be making a new project announcement. A day later, we got a very little info-based trailer, and apparently where they're going to be working with Square Enix, the developers of Tomb Raider and Deus Ex, and like I said, the trailer doesn't give too much, but enough to be excited about whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and show you the trailer right now, and you guys can make your own ideas.
They say the time of heroes is over. That if you're different, you're dangerous. But I know the truth. The world will always need heroes. We just need to reassemble.
Next up, with Walking Dead fans going through withdrawals, we get to look forward to the February 12th mid-season premiere, and it seemed like it was going to be a not-so-happy rest of the season after the backlash of the season premieres. Super violent content, people were having problems, and it's, to me, that's absolutely ridiculous because they were complaining that their kids saw that, and like I'm not saying bad parenting in any way, but like The Walking Dead has to do with zombies and violence, and so if you're gonna have your kids sit down and watch that, you got to kind of assume it's gonna be violent, and I don't feel that's a good enough reason to tone the violence down. We all tune into AMC for the zombies and the killing and the violence and the story. Like, we're all adults and we tune in for the same thing. And I feel like toning down the violence to appease people who let their kids watch the show that's ridiculous. That's like me asking them to tone up the violence of Dora the Explorer because it's just not up to my standards. Why the hell am I watching Dora the Explorer in the first place? Although I do, and that's completely irrelevant. I'm a fan of Diego. Moving on, a movie that I knew little about and wasn't too stoked about it. And then, of course, I watched the trailer, and I'm extremely excited for this movie now. And that movie is Kong. Coming out March 10th is the second movie in the Monsterverse leading up to The King of Monsters versus King Kong. We had one of those movies, back in the day, and I loved it. I don't think it received much praise from people, but I didn't know that they were working their way up to that. Like, they released the Godzilla movie, and I love Godzilla. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I was absolutely excited about that. And then they released Kong, and I figured it was just like, oh, we did Godzilla, let's redo Kong, not knowing that these movies are part of a bigger thing. And now that I know that, and now that I've seen the trailer for Kong, This is my new Avengers. Like I cannot wait for Kong. I'm gonna go see that. I'm gonna see the next Godzilla movie. I assume there will be a second Kong movie, and then we will probably get Godzilla versus King Kong. And how are you not excited about that? Like, how would that not be something that you guys freak the hell out about? Like, I'm fanboying the shit out of that. Like, I'm beyond excited. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be great. Kong is gonna be a movie to miss work. Like, it's gonna be a reason to miss work. I guarantee it. If you haven't seen the trailer, go see it. I'm not gonna play it now. Too time constricting. But if you haven't seen the trailer, please go watch the trailer for Kong Skull Island. We have the talents of Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, shit, even John C. Reilly. Like, this is gonna be a great freaking movie. I'm telling you. Also, Wednesday night I went and saw Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. I have so much to say about this film. It's ridiculous. So please tune into my podcast that comes out tomorrow called FMT Weekly, and I will be going into great details about what I thought of the closing movie of the Resident Evil franchise. This movie blew me away, and I cannot wait to talk about it, so please tune in to that tomorrow, and I will see you guys next Friday on Film Trip Fridays. Bow.